In a very tricky time over here for the current British Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Sir Keir Starmer. Earlier this week, he appeared on the very little watched daytime TV show This Morning. You know, the one that used to be hosted by the disgraced Philip Schofield and, of course, the now invisible Holly Willoughby. But the reason why they go on a TV daytime show like that is simply because they think they're going to get an easy ride. They're not professional journalists, they're normally ex-children's TV presenters, as is the case of Cat Deeley and Andy Peters. Been around a long time, know how television works, but would never do anything to rock the boat. You know, you're not allowed to say anything that could be compromising or, in fact, not jollying along, as they dubbed their audience previously Tower Block Tracies. Apparently this is the way that people who worked on This Morning allegedly back then described their audience. Ideal, of course, many people might suggest, for people tuning in for Sir Keir Starmer. But behind the scenes, things were a little bit more fraught than we first realised. Let me explain. Morning, good to see you. Thank you so much as ever for your time. Are you all right today? I'm all right, thank you very much. I don't know about you, if you followed this over here in the United Kingdom, but over 2 million people now have signed the petition for the removal of the current British government headed by Sir Keir Starmer and, of course, some people suggest, the lying Chancellor Rachel Reeves. Now, Rachel recently attended a CBI conference, and literally what a disaster it was. She literally has one script, 22 billion black hole, all the while, of course, wasting billions literally every year, inviting more and more migrants, unvetted, live in 4- and 5-star hotels at your great expense, but they can't afford to heat your granny and grandfather, whatever, for the winter fuel allowance. That's the sort of people this caring government are. Backed up, of course, by the likes of Sir Elton John, Jason Manford, John Richardson. So many more people said we were going to be a lot better under these people. You understand how this works now. But where it got really embarrassing was this particular incident with Rachel Reeves, of which she's been highlighted as doctoring her own CV, and apparently nothing more than a sash wearer as a customer relations at a Halifax banking society over here. Well, as you can imagine, Sir Keir was sat live on television opposite two people. And the reason why he was there on This Morning was apparently to talk about bringing in his law for spiking drinks in nightclubs. You know, the usual thing. You get the picture. But moving forward, you see, their idea was to sort of hijack him and to ask him about what the truth was about his now alleged lying Chancellor of the Exchequer. How true was her CV? Had he checked it? What background check did he do on her? How did he know she'd done all the things that she claims, including becoming a chess champion, which was so easy to prove as fake? A little bit like the book that she wrote, and of course she forgot that she borrowed vast amounts from various other sources. You get the picture, including the fact that, her expenses credit card actually was cut off at a point because she couldn't manage her own money. It's just a shambles. Now, what got really interesting was they were down to ask the question, and they were told, allegedly through their earpiece, that they now couldn't ask it or else Sir Keir would shut down the interview and walk off the show. Now, everybody who listens to this show here, I would have relished that opportunity. That would have been my first question. Clear up once and for all, Sir Keir, how truthful is your Chancellor about her working background? They didn't. They soft-soaped it, let him get away with it, smiled and laughed, and thanked him, even though, rather cruelly, they suggested that Sir Keir was now even more unpopular than a current member of the British Houses of Commons. A rather cruel thing to say, considering their popularity is literally rising. And that's the state of the mainstream media. If you don't think you're being manipulated by these people, you truly are. They had the golden opportunity live on television with no default button. They could have asked him if he refused to say everything you needed to know was there. But no, they are in the pockets of these people, whichever way you want to look at it. And so, Rachel Reeves, for now, lives another day in 11 Downing Street. But for how much longer? Neil Sean, Kensington, London.